What's up, you guys? How you guys doing? I know y'all are sick of me in these videos, but look, we are here. We don't have nothing but time, so let's do it. This is going to be your review of Love Goals Season 1, Episode 2. So, we started off last week. I told you guys that Benzino and Althea pretty much dominated the whole episode. I think they did a better job this episode of balancing the two, even though the episode started with Benzino and with Althea because it's the next day and they're like, well, where's Benzino? Where did he sleep? Did he sleep on the couch? Did he sleep with you? Like all of that. So it started off with that. And Benzino was like, look, I am tired of defending myself. I feel like every time you say something, then I got to come behind you and defend yourself. He was like, look, I'm a good dude. I'm not a bad guy. I didn't treat you bad. Like our relationship didn't work out, and basically he was like, she brings out the worst in me. Like I'm not a bad person, but with her we are you know. And Althea kind of says the same thing, and of course she's blaming her bad behavior on him. She's like, you know, I went to jail 3 times, I did this, I did that. He was like, learn to keep your hands to yourself. He was like, I didn't make you get violent. I didn't make you hit me. I didn't make you put your, like, you went to jail because of what you did to me, not because of anything I did. He said, I never went to jail. And so the counselor does a good job of trying to get them to calm down and sort of see things. And so the counselor says, look, say 3 things that are nice about each other. And so Benzino, first thing he says is, she's beautiful. See, that's what I'm talking about. Why I got to be reduced to just, I'm pretty. I'm pretty. The counselor was like, yo, give him a minute. Receive it. Just receive the compliment. You don't have to, just receive the compliment. So then he went on to say that she's a great businesswoman. He said, you know, she's great with real estate. I don't, you know, I've been in business, but that's just not something that I'm good at. And then he said something else about her. I don't remember. Did he say, I don't remember him saying she was a good mother, though. I don't remember. Is that the third one he said? I don't remember the third one he said. So then she said, can you do the same thing? And so she was able to say 3 nice things about Benzino. And the one thing she said that I thought was really deep was, you don't get enough credit for being a smart businessman. Like, you know, people kind of look over the fact that you are a great businessman. And she's right. Benzino is the butt of a lot of jokes. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know what his situation is currently, but we can't negate the fact that this man has started a lot of successful businesses. Now, they weren't, you know, they're not still here, but even to get to the point where you can say, hey, I had a successful business that did A, B, and C. You know, I can't be mad about that. So then we see a conversation with, I'm going to start with the easiest first. Spinderella and Q. They're easy. Spin's thing is, what I want to do is get rid of all of my baggage before I go into a marriage, because what I don't want to do is carry my baggage into a marriage and blame him for the thing. She said, I'm dealing with my own insecurities. I'm dealing with my own situation. Coming out of the group, I'm not really feeling good about myself right now, and I'm hurt and I'm sad, and I don't want to put that and project that onto him. And so that's why I'm here, to figure out a way to let go of that baggage. And I'm like, that is so damn mature and grown up. Oh my gosh. If more people would say, you know what, I got some shit that I need to work through. What a wonderful world this would be. Anyway, so then we have Sunday and Breanna. Here's my issue with Sunday and Breanna. First of all, y'all have not known each other this long to be having these types of issues, in my opinion. They've only been dating a couple of months. I think they said like 8 months. And I know 8 months can be a long time depending on the person, but she's just coming out of a divorce. And so with that being said, just coming out of a divorce, it's like you got into this relationship that y'all was trying to keep real light and fluffy. You know, y'all weren't committed to each other. You were doing you. He was doing him. Y'all thought y'all, you know, y'all said y'all weren't going to bring the kids into it. Y'all weren't going to bring... Sorry. You weren't gonna meet my kids, I wasn't gonna meet your kids, and then she said, but then he sort of made it happen, and before I knew it, you know, he had met my mom, he had met my kids, and the counselor was like, well, wait a minute, how did he do that? And so at first I think the counselor was trying to say, look, you allowed it to happen, which is what I was thinking too. Like, how you just wake up and he met your kids. Like, you had created a situation for him to meet your kids. But then when she explained what happened, I'm like, oh, nah, dog, you was playing games. So it was Mother's Day, and her daughter had a volleyball game, and her mom was there. Her kids were there. She told him where she was going to be, because that's what couples do. Like, hey, I'm going to the volleyball game with my family, my girl, my daughter, blah, 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 blah. And she said he showed up. So at that point, what do you do? Like, the man didn't showed up. What, you going to ignore him? What, you going to not like? And so he sort of forced the situation. And so Sunday said, you put us in a place that we said we weren't going to be. Now his thing was, I was taking the initiative. Don't women want men that take the initiative? And the counselor was like, but that's not, no. Like, that's not, you can't, no. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all made an agreement that this was going to be what it was, you can't change the rules without speaking to your significant other. You can't say, okay, now I think it's time for me to meet your kids and meet your mom, without having that conversation and me agreeing to it. And you sort of force that situation. There's also some infidelity in that. And again, I just feel like y'all ain't been together long enough to deal with it. But again, it sounds like a situation where y'all were doing your own thing. You were cool with him seeing other women, and he was cool with you doing your thing. But now Sunday is ready for a more monogamous situation, and I don't think he's ready for that yet. So it's a back and forth with them. Now let's get into the two situations, okay? So, well, really, no, one more. We got one last. Yeah, I hit all four of them. Okay, this is the last one. Duane and Theresa. This is going to be quick. Duane and Theresa. Duane is a former football player who has not let go of his entourage, has not let go of feeling like he got saved the hood, and now he's getting into music. Theresa they've been together for a few years, but they've only been married for 2. She's the mother of his 2 children. I went through this. I'm sorry. I'm kind of recapping. But this is what I'm going to say. And the counselor sort of alluded to this as well. Theresa, you have become a victim of your own doing, I should say. When y'all were dating, you wanted to create a situation where you were the perfect woman. You wanted him to feel like, I can't live my life without this woman. She is the one. I love her. She's it. And you did that. You were successful in making this man feel like you were the woman that he needed, that he couldn't live without. Dinner always cooked, kids always fed, house always clean, whatever, dry cleaning picked up, whatever needed to be done, you were there. You were superwoman. He kept calling her, he kept saying, she's my superwoman. You got the cape. Here's the problem. Fast forward a couple of years, and now y'all are in a marriage, and you're like, I need help. And I also think part of it was she accepted a certain level of absenteeism when he was playing football, because we know what that is. We know during the season what that life is like. And she said, but I thought things were going to be different when you retired. But you swapped football for music, and now you in the studio all hours of the night. And on top of that, it's not just me taking care of you and our kids. It's me taking care of you, taking care of the kids. And now you got this damn entourage that is always there. Like, they don't go home. She said, as long as they kissing your ass and rolling your blunts, you don't have a problem with it. Now, on the flip side of this, Duane, I'm going to need you to get it together. Because Duane was saying some real disrespectful stuff. And some stuff that I'm like, girl. Basically, he was like, I don't understand the problem. He was like, some men have 2 or 3 girlfriends to handle. Well, you got one girlfriend that'll do this, and one girlfriend that'll do that, and one girlfriend that'll do that. But I got you all wrapped up in the one. You my superwoman. And I think he thought that was a compliment. And then he was like, I mean, you can handle it. You got this. You got this. And she's telling him, look, I am exhausted. He was like, I'm tired too. She was like, no, you're not understanding. He said, well, your mother did it. Your mother had 8 kids. She ain't complained. She made it happen. She did it. And I was just sitting there like, dude, really? Wow. And she's telling him and he's not hearing her. Everything she's saying to him, he is just coming up. And like I said, he said some of the craziest stuff to her about, just basically he was saying, that's your role. That's your place. You are the woman and that's your role, and don't complain. Like, I'm the breadwinner. I bring the money home. You don't get to question what I do with the money. You don't get to question what I do with my time. As long as the bank account is full, the kids are taken care of, and I come home and sex you down every once in a while, you should just be happy. Like, that's the impression I got from what he was saying. I don't know if that's what he meant, but that's what he was saying. So then they go to the counselor. This is kind of their one-on-one. They were talking to each other. So then they go into the counselor and they sort of say all this to the counselor. And the counselor tells him, she said, look, you are not hearing her. And if you continue to ignore what she's telling you, you're going to end up alone. Like, you're going to lose your wife. Because you don't have to agree, but you don't get to tell her her experience. You don't get to tell her that her experience is wrong. And I think he heard her a little bit, but they definitely going to need some work. But at the end of the day, what I do believe is that they love each other, and I don't think either one of them wants the divorce. Because she loves him, but she's like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I physically and mentally cannot continue to do this. Then there was a one-on-one with Benzino, and I really felt for Benzino in this moment, because Benzino was like, look, I've been fighting my whole life, and I just don't want to fight with her anymore. I just want us to figure out a way that we can be together, we can coexist, we can be, whatever it is that we're going to be without all of this extra. Like, I just can't do this anymore. And the counselor said, look, I ain't going to teach you how to love. Like, I'm going to teach you how to do it. But you got to listen to me, and you have to follow my instruction. And Benzino was like, I can do that. You tell me what to do, and I'm there. You tell me how to handle this, and I'm going to handle it. And she told him, she said, look, when Althea gives you her reality, you just got to accept it. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to explain. You just have to listen and accept it. So he said, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. So we're going to see where it goes. But it was interesting. Some of these couples issues, again, I guess I shouldn't tell people what they should and shouldn't put up with in a relationship, because who's to say? Who's the judge? Life is what it is, right? But I don't know, y'all. We'll see where we are at the end of this. Like I said, it's BET's version of boot camp. So we're going to see who's still together at the end, child. Now, Althea and Benzino ain't even trying to be together, which brings me to the situation with them sharing a room. My thing is, if y'all are there not to be a couple or figure out how to be a couple, then I don't see why they had y'all in the same room to begin with. If y'all are only there to figure out how to communicate with each other so that y'all can better co-parent, y'all shouldn't have been in the same room no damn way. Y'all not a couple. Y'all not together. That's not what y'all there for. However, I think Benzino is there to try to get Althea back, but to figure out a way that they can be together in a healthy way. Althea ain't there for that. I don't believe Althea is there for that. I really don't. But we'll see where this goes, honey. Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.